We'll start in a seated position. So whatever seated position is comfortable for you, we can start with legs crossed, or we are going to be doing some back bending. So if you're comfortable in Vajrasana with sitting on your heels, or even Virasana, heels separated and hips sitting on the floor, so whichever one is most comfortable for you. And bring your hands onto your thighs, resting with your elbows below your shoulders. Go ahead, if you haven't already, and close your eyes. And just take a moment to allow yourself to come into this space. The beauty of virtual learning is it is our space. Allowing yourself to transition from the events of the day into the present now. Starting to move a little deeper, allow yourself to become aware of your body. So feeling the parts of your body that connect to the earth, noticing the sensations that you feel in your ankles, in your knees, in your hips. And as you check in with each of these areas, notice what comes up in your mind. Notice if it's just an awareness, or if the mind wonders why it's tight, or whatever kind of thoughts come up as you scan the body. Allowing yourself to become aware of those parts of the body that are not connected to the earth. So the neck, the shoulders, the jaw. Again, if you notice areas of tension and gripping, just notice if you have any thoughts that automatically come into your mind space when you notice the tension. Moving a little deeper, just allow yourself to watch your thoughts. I remember when I started yoga, I always thought that the goal of mindfulness is to shut the mind off. That I am thankful to learn that that's impossible for everyone, because I have never been able to do it. But more to watch the thoughts. Instead of allowing ourselves to get wrapped up in the scrolling of the mind, just acknowledging the thought and then letting it go, coming back either to felt sensation or the breath. So sitting for just a couple more moments, notice what types of thoughts are bubbling up. And as you label them, let them go. Become aware of the natural rise and flow of your breath. Your next inhalation, bring your hands to heart center. Bow in to the space of your heart. And setting an intention for your practice. If you have a personal intention, by all means, choose that. If it would help, maybe choose the intention of compassion as you practice. And as the thoughts come in your mind, as you practice having compassion, for the mind and where it goes. And slowly let your hands fall down beside your hips. Allow your head to lift and open your eyes. And just start to roll your shoulders in one direction. So bringing them up towards your ears, drawing the shoulder blades towards your spine, and then allowing them to drop down. Rolling them forward, up, towards the spine, and down. And maybe it helps to close the eyes. Maybe it helps to keep them open. But allow your awareness to kind of settle on your shoulder blades and feel the trajectory of the shoulder blades. To really feel how they slide and glide on your rib cage. And noticing without judgment, if one side's different, one side moves a little easier, just noticing it. Isn't that interesting? Not trying to wonder why. And switch directions. And notice the same thing. Feeling the how wide can you make the circles on your rib cage with your shoulder blades? Noticing all the sensations and just allowing them to happen. One more full rotation. And then allow them to drop, shake out a little bit. And bring your hands forward, kick your feet to the left, resting the top of your left foot and the arch of your right foot, and then shift your hips back to the ground. Bring your right hand down to the ground in line with your right hip. Push the hand into the floor so that you feel this stabilization into the shoulder. So instead of allowing it to collapse, push down and stabilize, bring your left hand to the back of your head. As you inhale, push your head into your hand and gaze toward your left elbow. As you exhale, twist, reaching your left elbow towards your right elbow. And explore this rotation. So each time you inhale, open and gaze towards the left elbow. And as you exhale, twist and reach towards right elbow. And start to feel first the movement of the shoulder blade of the elbow that is bent. And noticing, can you feel a little bit more movement if you become aware of it? Can you reach it over and towards the arm as you exhale? Can you open it and pull it towards the spine a little bit more as you inhale? And start to notice what's going on in the shoulder of the right arm. Next time you open, keep your left hand, or keep open and lift your left hand. Push down through your right hand and reach through your left fingers. Inhale, reach. As you exhale, bend your elbow towards the back of your rib cage as you rotate your chest more open to the left. And as you inhale, twist across and touch the back of the left hand to the floor beside your right hand. Inhale, twist open, palm facing forward. Exhale, bend the elbow towards the rib cage, rotate open a little bit more. Inhale, straighten the elbow, push right hand into the floor, and then exhale, twist. Touch the back of the left hand to the floor beside the right hand. One more time, inhale, open. Exhale, bend the elbow, twist a little bit more open. Inhale, stretch the arms straight. And exhale and twist. Pause here. Push the right hand into the floor, push the rib cage to the left. And slowly walk the hands back out in front of the knees. Kick the feet to the right, resting the top of the right foot and the arch of the left foot, hips to the ground. Left hand to the ground in line with your left hip. Push the hand down and feel the stability in the shoulder, right hand behind your head. Inhale, push the head into the hand as you gaze back towards the right elbow. As you exhale, twist towards the left. Inhale, push the head as you reach back with the elbow, gaze. Exhale, twist. Just continue this rotation. Feeling first, how much can you wrap the right shoulder blade around the rib cage as you twist? And how much can you open it and take it towards the spine as you open? And then also noticing what's going on in the left shoulder. Next time you open, stay open. Reach the right hand back, gazing towards the thumb. Exhale, bend the elbow. Palm facing up towards the sky, twist open a little bit more. Inhale, stretch the arms straight. Exhale, twist, turning the back of the hand to touch the floor in front of the right and left fingertips. Inhale, twist open. Exhale, bend the elbow, opening the chest a little bit more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, twist to the left, touch the back of the hand in front of the fingers. Inhale, last time. Stretch it open. Exhale. Bend the elbow, rotate the chest towards the sky. Inhale, stretch the arm long. Exhale, twist. Walk both hands towards the front of the mat and come into hands and knees, so tabletop. Shoulders above the wrist, knees below the hips. Press hands and feet into the floor. Feel the shoulder blades wrap on the outside of the rib cage. So you're taking your shoulder blades away from your spine. Inhale, lift your head, lift your tailbone. Exhale, round through your spine. So cat-cow. Moving first with awareness of the spine, using the inhalations to create more space on the front of the spine. Exhalation to create more space on the back of the spine. So starting to get a little bit more of that flexion and extension in the spine. And then shifting awareness to the shoulder blades again. Notice what happens if you bring more awareness of rolling the shoulders up towards the ears and rounding them as you exhale, and drawing them towards the spine and down the back as you inhale. So creating that sense of mobility in the shoulders. So when we move into some back bends, having that shoulder mobility helps to open up the chest, as well as allow the arms to work in flexion. Come back to neutral. Tuck the toes under. Lift the knees off the floor, hovering. Press the hips back towards the heels, keeping elbows straight, and then straighten the legs into downward facing dog. Take a moment just to pedal out your dog, bending one knee and then the other. And starting to shift the hips side to side, feeling the lengthening on the side body. And each time we start to move into a new movement, noticing what's going on in the body, honoring it, having compassion for what we feel, what shows up without judgment. And then straighten the legs, press the front of the thighs towards the wall behind you. Lift and spread your sit bones and lower the heels towards the ground. Walk your feet a little bit more narrow. Shift the weight into your left foot. As you inhale, stretch the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Press down through the hands. Bend the right knee, kick the heel towards the left hip, reach the knee towards the sky, opening the hip. Keep pressing the front of the left thigh back, reach the knee a little bit further towards the sky. Heel a little further towards the hip. Inhale, straighten the legs, square the hips. Exhale, bend right knee to right elbow and step the right foot outside of your right hand. Bend your left knee to the ground. Point the toes back. Walk the hands a little further forward. Press down through your hands and lift your chest. So opening the front of your chest, reaching the breastbone towards your chin. Start to press firmly through the front of your back foot and sink deeper into the front hip crease. Notice what you feel. And tuck your left toe under, lift the back knee, step back into downward facing dog. So feet are slightly more narrow than hip distance apart. Press the hands down into the floor, press them slightly forward isometrically, and then imagine you're twisting your thumb towards your pinky finger. So feel that create a sense of stability in the shoulders. Shift the weight into your right foot. Lift the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Bend the left knee, reaching the left heel towards the right hip. Knee reaches up towards this guy. Really firm the front of your right thigh and press it back as you reach the knee up and back. Keep pressing down through the hands. Inhale, straighten the legs, square the hips. Exhale, bend knee to left elbow and step your left foot outside of your left hand. Drop your right knee to the ground, front of the foot to the ground. Walk your hands a little further forward. Press through the front of your back foot to sink deeper into the front hip crease. Hands press down and pull back as you push your chest forward. Getting that sense of length in the front of the hip, the depth and the release in the front of the left hip. Softening into spaces where there's unnecessary tension, but holding strong, where it helps to be stable. Tuck your right toes under. Lift the back knee, step to the back of the mat into downward facing dog. Inhale, come up onto your toes, gaze between your thumbs. Bend your knees and step or hop to the front of your mat, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway and bring your hands to your shins, even if you can take them onto the floor. So lifting up high enough that your shoulders are in line with your hips. Press your hands into your shins and return pressing your shins into your hands. Extend the front of your spine. And then reach your hands straight back. Reach through your fingertips towards the back of your mat. Reach forward with the front of your head. Lift the arms a little higher, bring the shoulder blades towards the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Press hands into shins, shins into hands. Reach the collarbones towards the chin, bring the arms out to the side, parallel to the ground, thumbs point up. So roll the shoulder blades down the back. Lift the thumbs a little higher. Open the front of the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale one more time, halfway lift. Hands and shins press together. Reach collarbones towards the chin, hips reach towards the back of the mat. Reach the arms beside your ears. Thumbs point up, reach arms a little higher. And stretch your fingers forward. So allow the outer edge of your shoulder blades to stretch towards the pinky edges of your hands. Exhale, fold. Grab the opposite elbow and hang. You can stay here with knees bent or straight. Allow the heaviness of your head to release your deeper sides of the shoulders to stretch. Release the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Find extension in your spine. Fingertips to your hip creases. Pull the hip creases back. Reach forward with your chest as you lift all the way up to standing. And if you're not at the front of the mat, come to the front of the mat. Feet can be toes touching or feet up to hip distance apart. Bend your knees. Reach your hips towards the back of the mat. Fingertips come behind the heels. Reach the hips back as you push your knees forward. Lift your chest. Start to peel your belly off your thighs as you bring your arms beside your ears. Peel your belly off your thighs, keeping a slight back bend. Exhale, hinge, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step your left foot to the back of your mat and lower your left knee to the ground. Toes point back. Inhale, reach your arms over your head, coming into Anjaneyasana. Press the front of the back foot into the floor, sink deeper. Right thumb into your hip crease, pull down. Reach to the side with your left hand. So reach to the right with the left, allowing the lift of the outer edge of your shoulder blade. Sink a little deeper. Start to twist belly towards your right thigh. Bring your left hand inside of your right foot. Walk the hand a little further forward. Tuck your left toe under. Keep your right thumb in your hip crease. Kick your left heel towards your left hip. Tap the toe to the ground. Exhale, kick left heel towards left hip. Tap the toe to the ground. One more time, kick heel towards hip. Stay there. Reach behind with your right hand. Grab the outer edge of your right foot or left foot with your right hand. Press down through your left hand. Twist your belly towards your thigh. Heart towards the sky. Gaze up. Release the left foot. Both hands come to frame your right foot. Tuck the left toe under, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank. Exhale, shift back, down dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank. Exhale, shift back, down dog. Reach the left leg up and back. Right leg, left leg, up and back. Three-legged dog. Bend knee to nose. Shift forward, step. Left foot up between your hands. Drop right knee to the ground. Point the front of the foot to the mat. Press down. Inhale, reach your arms over your head, coming into Anjaneyasana. Take your left thumb into your hip crease, pull the hip down and hug the hip in. Reach right fingers to the left, so side bend. Really reaching the outer side of your armpit towards the pinky finger. Start to twist belly towards your inner left thigh. Right hand comes to the floor inside of your left foot. Keep pulling left hip back. Tuck right toes under. So it's a twist, yeah. Tuck right toes under, kick right heel to hip. Tap the toe to the ground. Kick right heel towards right hip. Tap. So again, a little hamstring curl here. Stay here, reach left hand back. Grab the outer edge of your foot, press down through your right hand. Twist your belly more toward your left thigh. Rotate head, heart open towards the sky. Slowly release the back foot. Bring both hands to the floor to frame the left foot. Tuck right toe under, lift the knee. Step back, down dog. Inhale, shift forward plank. Reach the elbows towards the hips as you lower down, chaturanga, all the way to the floor. Point the toes back. Bring the arms down beside the hips, palms face up. Roll the shoulder blades onto the back. Lift the arms off the floor, lift the head, lift the chest, lift the legs. Shalabhasana. Inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, release. Bring the arms out beside the body, T to the body, thumbs point up. Lift the arms, shoulder blades towards the spine, down, lift head, lift chest, lift legs. Lift a little higher, release. Bring the arms beside the ears, thumbs point up, lift arms, lift head, lift chest, lift legs. Turn the palms down, cactus the arms, lift a little higher. Heels of the hands in line with the bottom of the rib cage. Tuck the toes under. Firm the front of the thighs, press up plank. Exhale, down dog. Take a few deep breaths. Feeling hands pressing down, twisting out. Feeling hips lift and spread. Inhale, come up onto your toes, gaze between your thumbs. Exhale, bend the knees, step or hop. Front of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up, sit back. Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands beside the hips, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up, sit back, Utkatasana. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach head, chest forward, hips pull back, really finding that extension in the half forward fold. Hands to the floor. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. Lower the left knee. Inhale, reach your arms up and over your head, Anjaneyasana. Sink a little deeper into your front hip crease. Straighten your left leg as you reach the heel straight back. Exhale, bend your knee. Kick your left heel towards your hip. Tap toe to the ground. Inhale, reach left leg back as you lift the left knee off the ground. Exhale, bend, kick heel to hip. One more time, tap the foot. Reach the knee back, heel back, tap, kick heel to hip. Hands to the floor. Tuck the back toe, lift the knee, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank. Exhale, shift back, down dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank. Exhale, shift back, down dog. Inhale, lift, left leg up and back. Exhale, bend knee to nose, step the foot forward. Drop right knee to the ground. Toes stay tucked under. Inhale, arms come over your head, Anjaneyasana. Square the hips. Inhale, reach through your back heel to lift right knee off the ground. Exhale, tap, kick heel to hip. Drop the toe. Inhale, reach back, straighten the knee. Exhale, drop, heel to hip. One more time, tap the foot. Reach to lift the back knee. Drop, heel comes to the floor. Fold, hands come on either side of the front foot. Tuck the back toe under. Shift back, down dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. All the way to the ground. Forehead to the floor. Bring your hands behind your back. Clasp to make one fist. Squeeze shoulder blades down the back. Lift the head, lift the chest, lift the legs. Keep the shoulder blades where they are, release the hands. Inhale, reach arms, turning thumbs up beside the ear. Exhale, swim back, palms face in. Inhale, swim forward, arms beside the ears, palms in. Exhale, lift. One more time. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Palms face down. Cactus, lift a little higher. Heels of the hands in line with the bottom of the rib cage. So drop the hands beside the rib cage. Shoulders down the back, toes tuck under. Lift, plank. Exhale, down dog. Slow, deep breaths. We're starting to find some hip flexor opening, creating some space, some length to find more extension in the hips. Shoulder mobility, stability, and spinal flexibility. Inhale, come up onto your toes, gaze forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step or hop. Front to the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up, stretch up, sit back, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands beside the hips, Tadasana. One more progression of this sun salutation of sorts. Inhale, reach up, sit back, Utkatasana. Exhale, hinge from the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, find extension in the spine. Hands to the floor, step or hop, Chaturanga. Lower all the way down. Scoop forward and up to up dog or cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend knee to nose, step right foot up between the hands. Back leg stays lifted. Inhale, arms come over your head, crescent warrior. Turn the palms forward. Exhale, bend your elbows beside your ribs, lift your head and chest. As you inhale, straighten the arms beside the ears, head looks forward. Exhale, bend the elbows. Use the shoulder blades under your heart to lift your chest higher. Inhale, straighten the arms beside the ears. One more time, exhale. Bend elbows, use shoulder blades to lift the heart. Stay open, gaze is up. Lift arms, reach back, back bend. Exhale, fold hands on either side of the front foot. Step to the back of the mat, down dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank. Exhale, press back, down dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg reaches up and back, three-legged dog. Bend knee to nose. Left foot steps up between the hands. Back leg stays strong. Reach arms over your head, crescent warrior. Palms face forward. Square the hips towards the front of the mat. Exhale, bend elbows towards the sides of the ribs as you lift the heart, sliding shoulder blades to lift it higher. Inhale, gaze forward, arms beside your ears. In, exhale, bend your elbows, lift the chest. Inhale, stretch arms up. One more time, exhale, bend, look up, keep gazing up. Reach arms beside your ears. Arms reach back. Gaze is up. Exhale, fold. Hands on either side of your left foot. Step to the back of your mat. And lower down, Chaturanga. All the way to the ground. Forehead to the floor. Bend your knees. And catch your ankles with your hands. Start to push the front of your ankles into your hands to lift up. Dhanurasana, bow pulse. As you inhale, stretch your right leg long and bring your right arm beside your right ear. As you exhale, bend and catch. Inhale, stretch left leg long, reach left arm beside the ear. Exhale, bend and catch. One more time, right leg, right arm. Bend and catch. Last time, left side. Bend and catch. Press the fronts of the shins into the hands. Lift a little higher. Release. Heels of the hands release to the floor beside the rib cage. Tuck the toes under. Inhale, press up plank. Exhale, down dog, breathe. So slowing down your breath. The back bends. Always get the heart beating a little faster. Energy level a little higher. So using these moments in downward facing dog Come back into that slower state. Bend the knees to the floor. Separate the knees wider than hips, toes touch. Press back into child's pose. Coming into a resting posture. Come to that slower space. Moment of compassion from me to you. Time to pause. Checking in with how your body feels. Noticing where your mind is. The thoughts that are coming in. The types of thoughts, and then letting them go. Stretch your arms long towards the front of your mat. Spread your fingers wide. Press down. Inhale, shift forward to tabletop. Tuck your toes and exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come up onto your toes, gaze between your thumbs. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop to the front of your mat, lengthening front of the spine and half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Reach the arms back as you come up halfway. Take the arms out to the side, T to the body, thumbs roll up, shoulder blades roll down. Arms beside the ears, and then lift all the way up to standing. Bring hands to heart center. And then stand with your feet just slightly apart. Hands to your hips. Shift your weight onto your right foot and kick your left heel towards your hip. And grab the front of your foot or ankle. Notice what's going on in your right glute muscle, so your butt. If you feel nothing there, bring your hand to touch it and see if you can squeeze your butt away from your hand. So finding some engagement in the glutes. And then start to kick the front of your left foot into your hand without folding forward first. So again, finding extension in the hip and in the lower back slightly. And kick a little bit more, lift the knee a little further back. Kick a little bit more, maybe then start to hinge into the front hip. If you want, reach right arm beside your ear. Nagarajasana. Shift knees together and release. So outer edges of your feet parallel. Shift your weight onto your left foot. Kick your right heel to your hip. So starting first by taking the heel as close to your hip as you can. So finding a little hamstring engagement. Left hand on your buttocks. Start to squeeze the glute because it's these glute muscles that actually cause hip extension. So both glute muscles start to kick the front of your foot into your right hand. See if you can create that same sense of engagement in your right hip. And kick a little higher, lift the knee back a little bit more. Maybe left arm comes beside the ear. Maybe then continue to kick into the front of the foot as you hinge into your left hip. So lifting the chest, this is a back bend, which means the spine is an extension. The hip is an extension. Shift forward and release. Front of the back. Inhale, reach up, arms stretch up. Look up, reach back with the hands. Exhale, hinge forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot to the back of your mat. And lower right heel to the ground and line with the left heel. As you inhale, swing your arms up and over, coming into Virabhadrasana 2. Press through the outer edge of your right foot. Sink a little deeper into your front hip crease. Left hip crease. Pull the left thumb into the hip crease. Pull the hip down and hug it in. And then reach the arm back out to the side again. Rotate your palms up. Feel shoulder blades go down your back. Rotate your palms down. Keep the shoulder blades where they were. Rotate palms up. Bring shoulder blades down a little bit more. Chest up. Keep the shoulder blades where they are. Palms rotate down. Inhale. Reverse your warrior. Gaze under your right arm. Left arm. Exhale. Side bend. Bring left hand to the floor inside of your left foot. Step right foot up slightly. Left hand comes forward more. Shift to Ardha Chandrasana. So straighten left leg as you bring right foot up and out to the side. Reach through your left foot, right foot, as if you were standing on the wall. Reach right hand up towards the sky, rotating heart towards the right hand. Pubic bone tilting towards your navel. Exhale, bend your left knee. Come down to a low lunge. Bend right knee to the ground. Point the toes back. Bring right elbow to the floor inside of left foot. And rotate. I'm going to square towards you so you can see what I'm doing. Rotate your left foot to the long edge of your mat. Right palm presses down, draw shoulder blade down. Arm to the back of the head. Lift your hips higher. Gaze up towards your left elbow. As you exhale, twist, taking left elbow towards the floor. Inhale, rotate open. Exhale, twist. Touch elbow towards the floor. Inhale, twist open. One more time, twist. Reach open. Come onto your left toes. Press the right foot down. Step. Left foot behind the right thigh. Step forward. Step back. Lift the hips a little higher. Step forward. One more time, step back. Lift the hips a little higher. Left hand reaches up. Left hand to the ground. Drop the hips to the ground. Legs long. Press up, plank, and down dog. Inhale, lift right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend knee to nose. Step right foot up between your hands. Left heel down and in. Cartwheel arms up and over. Virabhadrasana 2. Press through the outer edge of the back foot. Sink a little deeper into the front knee as you hug the hip in. Rotate palms up, shoulder blades go down the back. Keep the shoulder blades there, palms point down. Rotate palms up. Rotate palms down. Inhale, reverse to your warrior, gaze up under your arm. Exhale, side bend. Right hand comes inside of right foot. Left foot steps forward slightly. And then shift right hand forward. Transition half moon pose. Right knee straightens. Left hip stacks on top of right hip. As you reach your pubic bone towards your navel, reach left arm up towards the sky. Heart rotating towards the hand. Bend the right knee. Step back to low lunge. Twist to bring your left elbow to the ground inside of your right hand. Left knee comes to the ground. Walk your right foot out towards the right edge of your mat. As you drop your hips to the floor, come onto your left hip. Outer edge of the left hip presses down. Back of the hand, or hand to the back of the head. Lift the hips off the ground. Gaze up towards your right elbow. Exhale, twist, taking elbow towards the floor. Inhale, reach it up. Look up. Exhale, twist. One more time. Lift up. Last time, twist. Reach. Elbow up, arms straight. Come onto your right toes, press through the outer edge of your left foot. Step, right foot behind the thigh, lift the hips. Exhale, tap. Right foot in front of left thigh. Then again, tap, inhale, lift. One more time, tap forward. And last time, tap back. Lift the hips a little higher. Right arm reaches up. Twist it towards the ground, lower the hips to the ground, straighten right leg back. Heels of the hands in line with the bottom of the rib cage. Inhale, press up, up dog. Exhale, press back down dog. Slow, deep breaths. So noticing what changes you feel happening in your body. We're preparing the body for back bends, and we've already done quite a few. But opening and strengthening the hips in all the ways helps. Creating mobility and stability in the shoulders helps. Inhale, come up onto your toes, gaze forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step or hop, front to the mat. Exhale, fold. Reach the arms back as you come up halfway. Arms beside the ears, thumbs up. Inhale, lift up, palms touch. Look up, arch back. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, arch back. Exhale, hinge forward, dive deep. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step right foot to the back of the mat. Inhale, lift up, crescent warrior. Exhale, open up, Virabhadrasana 2. Press legs down, firm the hips. Rotate left palm up. Rotate right thumb down. Bring the arms back a little towards the long edge of your mat. And then bring hands to meet around the spine. So left elbow bends towards the ear. Bicep rolls in towards the ear. You can clasp hands together. Awesome. Inhale, reverse your warrior gaze up. As you exhale, side bend, reach elbow forward as you pull your left hip back. Shift your weight to the left foot, perhaps lifting right foot out to the side, coming into more balance and half moon pose. Release the bind. Bring left hand to the ground, right hand to the hip. Rotate right hip open, stacking right hip on top of left hip. Flex your ankle, kick right heel towards hip, reach knee up towards the sky. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend, kick heel to hip. Inhale, straighten. One more time, kick heel towards hip. Reach right arm straight up. Try to rotate heart towards the sky. Then bend left knee, straighten right leg towards the back of your mat. Right hand comes to the floor inside of your left foot. Twist, reaching left hand up towards the sky. Walk, left foot back halfway. Reach, left hand behind your head. Lift the hips a little higher, come onto your toes. Tap, left foot behind, right thigh. Lift head, heart open, coming into a version of Wild Thing. Stretch, left hand forward, gaze towards your thumb. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, down dog. Inhale, reach right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend knee to nose. Step right foot up between the hands. Inhale, lift up, crescent warrior. Exhale, open up, Virabhadrasana 2. Firm the feet into the ground. Hug the right hip in. Right palm turns up, left thumb turns down. Take the arms back a little further. And then bring right arm behind the head. Left hand comes up towards the hand. So the knee that's bent is the elbow that's up. Sink a little deeper. Inhale, reverse your warrior gaze up towards your right elbow. Exhale, side bend, gaze up towards the sky. Reach the elbow forward as you pull the right hip back. Then weight to the right foot. Step left foot up slightly. Shift weight to the right foot. Only lifting left leg as high as you can. Opening. I find if I pull through my right elbow more, I can reach through my heel more and get more lift. Release the bind. Right hand comes to the floor beneath the shoulder. Left hand to the hips. Stack the hips. Kick left heel to hip. Straighten. Kick left heel to hip. Straighten. Left heel to hip. Keep it there. Reach left arm up towards the sky and try to rotate the heart, finding this unbound back bend. Then straighten the left leg. Bend the right knee. Left hand comes inside the right foot. Twist open to the right. Palm up. Come onto the outer edge of your left foot as you walk right foot back halfway. Hand comes to the back of the head. Press head into hand, gaze up towards the elbow. Come onto your right toes. Step, right foot back. Press head into hand as you rotate heart open towards the sky. Stretch, right arm, gaze towards right thumb. Release, plank pose. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. So we've been moving slowly as we progress through this sequence. Each time going a little bit more into joints, exploration. This final time through the sequence, we'll move more to vinyasa style. So one movement per half breath. Inhale, come up onto your toes, gaze forward. As you exhale, step or hop to the front of your mat, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, reach up. Palms come over your head, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a deep breath. Checking in with the breath, but also checking in with where your mind is. Are you still facing your practice with compassion for self, for the movement that you feel, for the body that you're in? Hands beside your hips. Rotate your palms out. Inhale, reach up, stretch up, reach back. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, find extension, reach hips back, chest forward. Hands to the floor, step or hop. Chaturanga. Inhale, scoot forward and up. Upward facing dog. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches up and back. Exhale, bend knee to nose. Step right foot up between your hands. Inhale, reach your arms up and over your head, crescent warrior. Exhale, open up, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach the top hand back, stretch the side body. Exhale, side bend. Right hand comes to the floor to transition straight to Ardha Chandra Ardha. We're going to Ardha Chandra Chapasana. So bend the top knee, kick the heel towards the hip, reach left hand back, grabbing the front of the foot, kick foot into hand, hand into foot, open. Release left foot. Bend right knee, come straight into the twist, reaching your left hand to the floor, right hand to the sky. Come on to the outer edge of your left foot. Bring right foot back, side plank, then touch toe to the floor, reach back, wild thing. Exhale, twist, plank pose, option, for vinyasa, minding what your body wants and needs. Inhale, left leg lifts high, three-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward, knee to nose. Step left foot up between your hands. Inhale, rise up, crescent warrior. Exhale, open, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior, stretch left hand back. Keep that length in the side body to transition straight to Ardha Chandra, half moon. Find your balance, stack your right hip, kick heel to hip, bending the knee, reach behind, grab the front of the foot, push foot into hand as you rotate heart towards the sky. Pause. Release the right foot. As you step the right foot back, twist, bending left knee, coming into revolve side angle. Then right outer edge of the foot comes to the floor. Hover in side plank, and then transition wild thing. Last vinyasa. Once you arrive in downward facing dog, slow down your breath. And bend your knees to the floor. Knees wide, toes touch. Reach. Arms forward, coming into child's pose. Whichever arm variation you prefer for however your shoulders are feeling at this time. And coming back into Awareness of your body. Notice how movement feels in your body. Noticing as you pause, as you take a break from the physical practice, what's going on in your mind. Rechecking in with the breath. Walk your hands forward, using your fingers to crawl your hands as far forward as you can. So really feeling your shoulder blades, the edges of your shoulder blades, lift higher and higher towards your pinkies. So I actually feel my tops of my shoulders, the arms on my ears. So allowing that stretch of your side body and feeling it all the way from the edges of your shoulder blades. If you pull your hips towards your heels a little bit more, you might be able to feel that awareness of the lat muscle that stretches from your front of your arm bone all the way to the top of your hip. So allowing it to stretch, but then pressing your hands into the floor and twisting your thumbs outward to feel them also activate as they stretch. And shift forward, keeping your knees slightly wide. Bring your feet in line with your hips or your knees. Keep your hips over your knees and walk your hands forward towards the outer edges of your mat and start to press your sit bones up towards the sky as you lower your chest towards the floor. You could lower forehead to the floor, or if it's comfortable, you can rest your chin on the floor in puppy pose. Continue to press your hands down, especially having awareness in your pinky and your ring finger. So press those two fingers down on the floor, and then as if you were twisting your hands towards the outer edges of your mat. You may feel some outer activation, again, in those lat muscles. And then release your forehead to the floor to bring your shoulders underneath, bring your hands underneath your shoulders and sit back. So little actions that create a lot of activity in the shoulders. So letting them go. Okay. Cross your ankles and sit your hips behind your heels. Stretch your legs out in front of you and bring your hands behind your knees to bend your knees. Reach your arms forward and sit back slightly. Start to scoop your lower belly in as you lift your chest and then lift your heels off the ground. Reach your arms up by your ears and stretch the pinkies towards the sky. So oftentimes we're told to bring our shoulder blades down our back. I want the opposite to happen. So that lift of the outer shoulder blade is if you're trying to take it up towards the pinkies. Release. Slide your heels in line with your sit bones and lower back down onto the floor. So we're going to start with a bridge pose and work our way up to wheel pose or Urdhva Dhanurasana. So snuggle your shoulder blades closer to your spine. Bring your palms to the floor beside your hips. Spread your fingers. Press the inner edges of your feet down. Start to lift your hips And once they're off the floor, start to squeeze the glutes and lift the hips a little higher, bringing the chest towards your chin. Clasp the fingers together and bring them underneath the hip. And then press your fist into the floor and bring your shoulder blades closer together. Press down through the inner edges of your feet. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips a little higher. Soften your jaw and your throat. Keep your arms actively pushing into the floor. Release the grip of your hands. Allow your hips to drop towards the floor. Once they arrive, allow your shoulder blades to unclench. Arms wide, teeth to the body, feet wide, windshield wiper the knees side to side. All right, round two. I'm gonna come up and show you, and maybe you can see me, maybe you can't. So we're gonna start in bridge pose and take bridge pose up into wheel pose if you want. I find that when my fingers go out a little bit and my thumbs point down towards my shoulder, I can bring my elbow in line with my shoulder. If I try to bring my fingers down, my elbow goes out. So if the thumb points down and fingers slightly out, you can stack opposed to this. So you want, before you go into wheel pose, the arm bones to be able to suck in and elbow over the shoulder rather than this splaying out. So we're going for flexion rather than abduction. Okay, so lower back down as if you're going into bridge pose. Heels in line with your hips, hands to the floor beside your hips. Allow your shoulders to lift slightly towards your ears. And then snuggle your shoulder blades closer together. Press your feet into the floor, lift your hips. Clasp your hands together, press the fist down, snuggle the shoulder blades closer together, lift the hips higher. Unclasp the hands. Bring the hands to the floor beside the ears. And notice what works for you. Can you stack your elbows above your shoulders? And if you can't, can you turn your fingers out slightly and find that? And then imagine you're sucking your arm bones into your shoulder sockets. Lift the hips a little higher. Press down to come up onto your head. And then bring the arms into the sockets again. Press your chest towards the wall behind you as you come up into wheel pose. And it's really hard to talk in that. So I'm going to come down, you stay up. Keep looking at the wall behind you and push your chest towards the wall behind you. At the same time, reach your tailbone between your knees as your pubic bone peels towards your belly button. So creating a sense of strength in the front of your core as well. Take one more breath. Then lower head to the floor lightly. Reach the neck long as you lower all the way down. Arms come wide to the body. Feet wide to the mat. Windshield wiper, knees, side to side. I'm going to do one more, just because one is never enough. One more wheel pose. And deciding if you want to transition from bridge into wheel, or if you prefer to enter straight into wheel, you can find your own way into your final wheel pose. So when you're ready, if you prefer, you don't have to do a last one, you can go straight to bridge pose. So make your choice and take your final back bend. Start to notice all the things, the body, the breath, the mind. Whenever you feel you have had your time, your moment in wheel, you can lower down. Arms wide, feet wide, windshield. Bring the knees over your hips, shins parallel to the floor. Bring your hands to rest below your knees on the thighs, and then gently press your hands, push your hands towards your thighs as you press your thighs towards your hands. Just a little core activation. And then as you exhale, draw your knees in towards your chest. You can rock a little side to side. Reach behind your thighs. Rock up to boat pose with knees bent. Release the hands. Option for full boat. Bend your knees. Bring your right heel towards your left hip. Cross your left knee over your right. And if this is not comfortable for you, this is too, I can't see you anymore at this point. So I think that you're flexible enough to see this, but if not, this is also fine. So a little shoulder love, cross your right arm over. So right in front of your body to the outside of your left hip, and then cross left arm straight in front. Slide down. If you're able to bring the backs of your hands to rest into the arches of your foot, great. If not, just wherever. You can allow your head to hang, either resting your head in the crook of your arms or your forehead to your knee. Slow, deep breaths. And pull up. Grab your left knee, straighten your right leg. Hug your shin towards your chest, grow long through your spine. Reach. Right arm beside your ear. As you exhale, twist to the left. Left fingertips come to the floor behind your hip. Right toes point up towards the sky. Inhale, extend through the crown of your head, grow long. Exhale, twist. If you have that ability to take a bind in this pose, awesome. Otherwise, you can just reach, lift, bring your elbow to the outside of the knee and use it as leverage to twist to your comfort level. Release forward. Stretch both legs long. And then bend the knees. Bring right heel or left heel towards right hip. Cross right knee over left knee. Then bring left arm across the body, as close to the body as you can, bringing your fingers to touch the foot if you can. And cross the right arm in front, slide down. And slowly slide back up. Grab the shin with the hands, stretch left leg long as you bring the right foot to the outside of the knee. Hug knee to chest. Reach left arm up. Twist to the right, right hand comes behind the right hip. Elbow to the outside of your right knee. Opting to stay here. Perhaps moving into the bind version of this pose. Finding rotation. Heart towards shoulder, head towards shoulder. And slowly release forth. Stretch the right leg beside left. Reach both arms over your head. As you exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, reach your heart towards your toes. As you exhale, sink a little deeper. Finding ourselves at the end of the practice, moving inward, slowing down. Bring the hands on either side of your knees. Use your hands to press yourself up slowly. Reach the arms forward. There you are. Draw your navel towards your spine and lower down one vertebrae at a time. Once you arrive, hug knees towards chest. Unwind the spine, shifting side to side. And on your next exhalation, completely release. Legs to the floor. Arms beside the body, palms facing up. Finding your final resting posture. Noticing the sensations, the parts of your body that connect to the earth. Feeling the grounding, support, being held up. Sensation of the air that touches the rest of your body. Doing a quick body scan. Noticing how your body feels. Finally, returning your breath, returning your mind to your breath. Start to notice the thoughts that come into your mind once again. Noticing types of thoughts? Are they thoughts about things to do? What we did do, what we didn't do, what we should do? Are they judgments? Knowing that this is our mind, and our practice teaches us to acknowledge the thoughts, but to recognize them and then let them go, rather than always being taken on a journey. Having compassion for ourselves in the moment. Slowly start to bend your knees. Rolling on to your side body. Take a moment here just to observe. And to transition from stillness back into life. Use your hands and your arms to press yourself up. And bring your hands to meet at heart center, feeling as your hands connect, a sense of yourself connecting, meeting yourself. As you inhale, lift your heart towards your hands. As you exhale, bow into the space of your heart, acknowledging that which lies deep within, your true self, beyond the thoughts that come into the mind. And thank you for being here. The divine in me honors the divine in you. Namaste.